think I'm live. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Nick back with the 2 million step challenge. Hopefully this is all going well. Just checking the stream on the computer. I think this is all going live, so this is good. I think the sound is good. I think the picture's in frame. And look, as you can see, the watch is charged. There are no mistakes, no technical difficulties this week. Hey, thanks for coming back if you're back. This is my update of the 2 million step challenge, and what a week it has been. It has not been fun, to be honest. So where I left you guys last time was day 35. That was Sunday, the end of the previous week. Obviously, we know how weeks work. That week I'd been sick all week and I really struggled to get enough steps in. So this week, feeling a little bit better. I really wanted to get the steps done. I really wanted to, push myself to get up to speed. However, I've had a very difficult time in my day job, and I haven't been able to get the steps done during the daytime like I wanted to. I really have to sit down, knuckle down, and focus on my day job. That's going to change pretty soon, so yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get the steps done during the day. But yeah, coming back into the steps, let's just get some more steps done. Coming back into the steps, having had that week off and being unwell, I tell you, it was difficult. I had a lot of stiffness. Not what you're thinking, get your mind out the gutter. I had a lot of stiffness in my legs. I had a lot of stiffness in my calves. And I really had to stretch out a lot. I really had to make sure I was putting a lot of effort into my stretching in the mornings and also throughout the day. I really had to limber up and stay hydrated as best I could as well, to try and limit any sort of stiffness. I was constantly doing this. My legs were just, all my tendons and my muscles were just rock solid. It was not fun. So I really did struggle on Monday and Tuesday. Let me just go back. I can take you guys back. So if we look up here, skip back through the days. And when I get to 5,000, that was Sunday. So last Sunday, I was not in good shape whatsoever. Felt absolutely awful. Just completely wiped. So I was like, do you know what? I'll make up the steps. In these kind of challenges, you could push yourself, but if you're sick, you need to rest. Rest is important. So I needed to make sure that on those days where I was really feeling under the weather, my body just needed to recuperate. I was giving myself that rest. Now, on the days that I feel healthy and I feel well and energized, I need to make up for that deficit. So obviously, if you can keep it as balanced as possible over time, that's the best way to do it. If you can if you're over 20,000 or just under 20,000 and it evens out, that's the best way to do it. But if you're sick, you got to let your body rest. So this was Monday. Had a good day Monday, 21,450. Just squeezed in the 20,000 on the Tuesday. Wednesday, again, just squeezed in the 20,000. Got 21,000 on, that was Thursday, Friday, and then yesterday, again, I'll tell you what, yesterday was difficult. We'll get back to today. So yesterday, I woke up and I just felt exhausted, completely and utterly, like zero energy, completely wiped out. And I was laying in bed thinking, it was raining. It was one of those Saturday mornings where it's cold, it's raining, it's winter here in Australia. And I just couldn't move. I just couldn't bring myself to get out of bed. I needed to rest. And I was thinking, why? Why am I feeling so terrible right now? Why am I feeling so completely wiped out? I'm managing to do these steps. And let me just adjust you a little bit. Get all of me in there. We go. So I was pondering, and I was like, why am I feeling so completely and utterly exhausted? I've clearly done 20,000 steps a day, every day for the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I've been, pretty successful. I've been able to do them. And then it all comes down to what I said in my very first video. This challenge is about getting off your ass and starting to, move your body. And then through moving your body, you then build up that craving and the need for better fuel. It's not the other way around. I see a lot of people say, oh no, you just have to eat clean and healthy and then you'll want to run. But for me, that doesn't really work. So I've actually reached the point now where my diet is so terrible, it's not fueling my body properly to be able to do the 20,000 steps. So this was a real calling card or wake up call. That's what I was after. This was a real wake up call. So laying in bed yesterday, I was thinking, why don't I have the energy? It's like, because you're not fueling it properly. You've got the drive. I clearly want to do these 20,000 steps. I'm capable of doing it. And now it's just got to the point where I need to start eating more nutritious food that are going to be able to fuel this step challenge. So this is the point I was really hoping to get to. I hoped that I would get to it sooner rather than later, but it's day 41. There's still 59 days to go of the challenge. It's day 42 today, so 58 days. We're not quite halfway yet, so this is perfect time. I'm glad it's come now where I can look at my diet and go, what am I actually eating on a day-to-day basis? And I'll just tell you, it's crap. Like, it really, a lot of it's crap. Last night, I just didn't know what to have. I just went down to a local Mexican place that we've got here in Australia, and I just bought a big thing of nachos. It was shredded beef nachos, spicy, with cheese and salsa and stuff on it, and a big thing of chips. And then I had a cookie afterwards, and I had a Sprite with it as well. So that's not healthy. That's not healthy food. That's not, yes, it's fine once in a while, but I didn't actually have anything healthy that day to kind of balance it out. What did I have in the morning? I think it was just cookies again. Oh no, I had 10 Wheat Bix. I had 10 Wheat Bix in the morning because that's what I had in the cupboard. I ate 10 Wheat Bix and they had sugar on, so I had like 5 teaspoons of sugar across those 10 Wheat Bix. That's not healthy. That's not a healthy breakfast at all. So yeah, yesterday was pretty terrible. Laying in bed, completely exhausted, completely wiped, because I'm not fueling my body correctly. So that was a wake-up call. And then when it comes down to the actual fat loss, so yes, I had that week that wasn't going so well because I was unwell. Last week, 20,000 steps every single day. That was good. But when I do my measurements, and I'll do one right now, I'm pretty much the same. I haven't changed. So let's do a quick one. Check in with you guys. So not pulling it in too tightly, just stick it on the love handles. And we've got to do the queue test. So as if you're going to queue in a store. Okay, this is my natural standing, waiting in a queue for my unhealthy dinner that I've just ordered. Okay, it's here. So as you can see, it's not pulled too tight, and I'm again still at 104. Get my face out of the way so it can focus. 104 centimeters, which again is the same as last week. You guys want inches in the States, so 41 inches. Yeah, that's still, I've got it here. I started off at 114 centimeters. I'm down 10 centimeters, which is 4 inches reduced from my belly. So it's good, but as the title of this video suggests, I've plateaued. I'm not reducing my body fat at all because I still have changes to make. So as the saying goes, and this is the saying that really began my self-improvement journey years ago when I started studying it and really trying to focus on ways that people can improve their lives and I can improve my life, is if you don't change anything, nothing will ever change. So doing the 20,000 steps a day like this and on the walking pad, which we've got right here, isn't cutting it, and keeping the same diet isn't cutting it. So what I need to do going forward, and I mentioned this in the first video as well, there are 4 different types of steps that I'm going to be doing, and that is casual, brisk, jogging, which is, jogging, but this is kind of brisk to jogging. Jogging would be a bit more like this, and zone 2 training, which will be running around 10 kilometers an hour. So that's what I need to do going forward. I should have started yesterday. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's better to stop thinking about what you should have done and just start anyway. You can't turn the clock back. So yesterday I was running on empty. Today I'm gonna have a healthy smoothie and make sure that I'm cooking meals with meat, potatoes and vegetables. That's the plan. Vegetables every single day, eating 2 pieces of fruit every single day. And yeah, I'm gonna have chocolate, yeah, I'm gonna have the odd donut and the odd burger and whatever, but as long as I'm getting healthy food, as long as I'm getting a couple of pieces of fruit a day and I'm eating vegetables with at least 1 meal, like half a plate of vegetables, then I'm starting to make steps towards getting better nutrition that's gonna fuel my training. So yeah, today is when I start my zone 2 training, because in 2 weeks time, as 2 weeks today, I've actually got a 14-kilometer run that I've signed up for, and I haven't run or moved faster than pretty much this jogging pace that I'm doing right now. So over the next 2 weeks, I'm just gonna get onto the treadmill. I'm gonna do half-hour runs, I say run. I've got it marked out to do, I think today is 3 kilometers within 24 minutes. I think that's today. So I'll do 3 kilometers within 24 minutes. I'm not sure what that is in miles, so sorry about that, guys. But I'll do 3 kilometers within 24 minutes today. And then by the end of the week, that needs to come down to 21 minutes. And then the following week, I'll see how far I can run over 30 minutes. And I'm just gonna basically see if I can do around 5 to 6 kilometers. Yeah, 5 to 6 kilometers in 30 minutes over the following week in the build up to doing that 14-kilometer run. So worst comes to worst, I'll have to walk some of it, but I mean, it's all about doing things in a safe and gradual manner. I don't want to think, okay, I've got a 14-kilometer run coming up. Today I have to go and run 14 kilometers on the treadmill. I tried that at the beginning of this challenge, or before I started this challenge. I ran 10 kilometers. I completed it in I think 67, 68, 69 minutes, something like that. And I injured my heel because my tendon, where my tendon attaches to the bone, it wasn't strong because it hadn't been used. So as I suddenly started to run, the tendon started pulling on the bone, and that fusing of the tendon to the bone had become weak over time because I hadn't used it, and the tendon started pulling off bits of bone. So it started coming away and snapping off bits of bone, and that was very painful. And the doctor said, don't do that again. So I don't want to do that again. I have to build up to this 14-kilometer run. And like I say, I'll run about, I'll run some of it. I'll do my best. And, on the day, your adrenaline might be pumping with all the music and everyone's like, "We're cheering each other on." But this challenge over the next 58 days, this 100-day, 2 million step challenge is what's most important to me. It's just not one event during that challenge. So You know, I'm not going to push myself to the point of injury just because I want a medal at the end, you know. I'm just going to see it as another way that I'm going to get steps on that day. And hopefully I could actually make up some of the steps that I'm behind, because each day I'm walking or jogging or stepping 15 kilometers. So this 14-kilometer run will bring me to nearly 20,000 steps anyway. And then I've got to get there, I'm going to mill around afterwards, and then I've got to find a way back, and I'm going to walk around. And then I'll probably have to do a warm down as well. I don't want to just go cold turkey after a 14-kilometer run. So I will probably walk out another few thousand steps just to warm down. So yeah, that's coming up. That's exciting. I made some notes today. So what else do I, oh yeah. Why am I not starting on 0 steps today? So yes, I do apologize. The stream is a bit late compared to normal. I'm usually streaming around 10 or 11 a.m. Australia time on the Sundays. This morning, my partner had a 10K run to do, and I went to support her. So she did amazing. I was there at the finishing line cheering her on because she did a fantastic job. Under an hour, very, very impressed with her. And yeah, so I got some steps in this morning as we went to that event, and that's why I'm streaming late today, because we were at a 10K run. And man, I tell you, some of the guys there, the guy who won it ran 10Ks in 29 minutes. As you might have seen in my first video, my desire, one of my physical desires for this 100-day and the Becoming Wolverine 400-day challenge is to be able to do 10 kilometers in under 40 minutes. And being at that 10-kilometer finishing line and watching all these guys and men and women absolutely destroying that 40-minute mark. There were several people that were doing it in under 30 minutes, within 29 to 30 minutes. And then the 30 to 40 minute time band, time slot, loads of people. There were so many people absolutely destroying the 40-minute barrier. So that enthused me. I was like, okay, if these guys can do it, there's no reason that I can't do it, other than just putting in the work and the time and the dedication and just doing things correctly, doing things properly, making sure that I'm not injuring myself, making sure I'm doing things safely, making sure I buy the correct footwear, making sure I'm stretching, warming up, warming down, and just doing everything properly. So again, this will be me attacking all those, you can get fit in 2 weeks or you can do it in 30 days. It's bollocks. It's not really how our bodies work. Yeah, you might be able to. Some people might be able to, but you already have to have a certain level of fitness usually. We're adaptable animals. You know, if you look at the Olympics is on now. There are long distance runners, like really thin, very, very fast marathon runners. Then you've got the weightlifters who probably can't run a marathon, but the powerlifting, they're lifting ridiculous amounts of weights because their bodies have adapted to do that activity. And then you have the swimmers and the pole vaulters and the gymnasts. And if you look at their body, they're all different shapes and sizes because they're adapting their bodies to do those activities. And how have they done it? They haven't done it in a 30-day challenge that you have to pay me X amount of money to join my challenge, it's whatever, you've seen them online, you've seen all these, you can do it in 2 weeks, in 14 days, in 30 days. These people are training for years, and they are the pinnacle of that discipline because their bodies have adapted to do that over time. No one's at the Olympics having done it in 30 days. And I'm not saying that you have to try and become an Olympian. That's not really what I'm saying. But if you want to reduce your body fat, if you want to have the body of an athlete, it takes time. It just takes time to adapt your body to be able to do those things. So, not sure where I started off on that rant, But yeah, I'm not trying to do things quickly. I'm trying to do things correctly with this challenge. And basically that just means, you know, having patience and discipline, and obviously, you know, being consistent. And I think patience is the main. Patience is very, very important. It's one of the 12 words from the 950 challenge. Yeah, if you don't have patience, things get tough, and you can look at any challenge you do as, oh, you know, I feel like I failed at this section, or it's not going so good, I'm gonna quit. But if you just have patience, if you give yourself a longer length of time to achieve the thing, then you might surprise yourself and you might actually end up doing it. It's that it's the new. There's no such thing as can't. Well, there kind of is I can't do it yet. So it's really just add the yet on. It's like, I can't do it yet because I haven't trained enough. I can't do it yet because I haven't adapted my body to be able to do that. I can't do it yet because I'm not fit enough. X, Y, Z. I can't fit in my old clothes yet because I'm not thin enough. So, yeah, that's kind of where I am today. So as you can see, yeah, as I was saying, I've done nearly 13,000 steps today. I will go on the treadmill and actually do some running, and I will get that to 20,000 steps. It is currently 2:45 in the afternoon, so I'll get that to 20,000 steps by 4 o'clock probably. And then after that, that's kind of bonus catch-up steps. So hopefully the target, well, not hopefully, but the target today will be around 24,000 steps. And yeah, that should kind of hopefully make up. I keep saying hopefully, just it will kind of make up for some of the steps I didn't do yesterday and previous. As you can see, I am, if you do the maths, around 94,000 steps behind where I should be. I did the maths earlier on, and that means I need to do, for the remainder of the challenge, 21,690 steps. You'll tell me in the comments below. You can do the maths, but yeah, it's around 21,600 and something, 50, 60, 70 steps a day to hit the 2 million before the end of this challenge. So there is some catching up to do, but the way that I see this going is that as I start getting on the treadmill and actually running more, I'm now, you know, eating better food and eating better fuel, I'll actually be more energized to do it. And hopefully we have some lovely sunny days like today. Hopefully the temperature of the weather improves. We are in midwinter here in Australia. It's been down to 10 degrees Celsius today, which is way too cold for me. I just don't have the hair for that kind of cold. So yeah, I'm not liking that. But on Thursday, it was 22 degrees, which is too warm for winter really. But Australia does have those kind of days in winter, which is great. Hopefully we have some coming up and I can head out, go on some big walks, and really just, you know, destroy the steps on those days, get 30,000 steps maybe, we'll see. So I have no doubt that I'm going to be able to catch up that 95,000 steps. I just kind of want to do it sooner rather than later, so I'm not scrambling at the end of this challenge. Like I said, in a couple of weeks, when I do that 14K run, I reckon I'm gonna catch up a massive chunk of that. I'll probably do about 35,000 steps that day, I reckon. So yeah, that should be a good day to make up some steps. And yeah, there we are. We've got a current viewer. Hi viewer. Say hi in the chat if you're about. But yeah, it's going well. One thing I have struggled to do on this challenge so far is find a way of playing music on these streams. I will figure that out, The streaming service, or the service that I was going to use, has recently disappeared and started copyright claiming people on all the free music that it offered. So luckily I didn't use that. But yeah, I will eventually get some music to make this a little bit more enjoyable. But you can always just put on Spotify in the background and have your own music played. Obviously with YouTube, you're limited on the type of music you can play because it's all copyrighted, and yeah, you get copyright strikes for that. So, but ordinarily when I'm running, I will have a soundtrack on. The soundtrack I usually listen to, or the music I usually listen to, is something like the Chemical Brothers. I'm a massive fan of the Chemical Brothers, and I find some of their music's got a great beat to get you in the mood. So yeah, something like that. A lot of dance music, trance music, a lot of the old school stuff from the late 90s, early 2000s. But yeah, what are we looking at? We're looking 25 minutes today. I've waffled on quite a bit. I'll do probably do another 500 steps. Well, yeah, we'll hit 14,000 and then I'll call it a day. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are starting your own step challenge. I know my mum watched one of my streams and she said she started walking around the lounge. So I've influenced one person. But yeah, as you can see, like, just jogging on the spot, it's easy to do, guys. It really is easy to do. Yeah, and a bit of a secret update, but I will be able to post more videos more frequently within about 3 weeks' time. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I'm working on some videos on how to get more steps during the day and just how to do more cardio. I think that could help a lot of people out, because I find that a lot of people just kind of struggle with, well, what are my options? What could I do? They struggle to decide ways of getting more steps. They just don't know their options. Yeah, so I'm working on some videos that it's going to be a month or so, because I've got a lot of day job stuff in the way. But yeah, as far as the streams go, I will stream. It'll be Saturday evening in the United States and the UK. I will be streaming every Saturday evening. It's Sunday morning over here in Australia. So until the end of this challenge, I will stream every single Saturday evening, United States, Saturday evening, UK, Sunday morning, Australia, Sunday lunchtime, New Zealand. So yeah, keep your eye out and follow along with the progress. I think I will be able to reduce the belly fat again by next week. I'm pretty certain I will, to be honest. Sleep is not an issue. Staying hydrated is still an issue, but I think it really is that eating lots of cookies. I ate a 4-pack of donuts in, well, one evening and then the next morning. So just things like that. Just stop eating donuts for dinner and breakfast. Maybe stop eating 2 or 3 chocolate bars just because. And cakes and bags of potato chips. I could just demolish a massive bag of potato chips easily in one sitting. So it's portion control. Portion control plus more satiating foods, steaks, and yeah, a lot more protein, I think, is the key. So yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there, guys. Thank you to everyone who's following. Thank you to everyone who's left some really nice comments in my previous streams and who are following along. I really do appreciate your support. I really hope this can be entertaining for you, or is entertaining for you, and can be helpful and can inspire you to, you know, get off your couch and do some steps while you're watching Netflix, while you're watching Game of Thrones or The Boys or any of the really cool TV shows that are out at the moment. Yeah, so I hope this inspires you. If you know someone who needs to just get off their ass and do some steps, then recommend this video to them. Say, look, if Nick can do it, if he can just do it in this tiny room, and you've seen how many thousands of steps I've done right now, and especially that long That long stream I did the other week, it was like an hour and a half. I did nearly 10,000 steps in that one stream. You know, if I can do it in this room, you guys can do it too. Anyone can do it. They just need to get off their ass. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna leave it there, guys. 30 minutes, bit of a long one again, but yeah, follow along. Like I said, I will definitely be streaming next Sunday. The Sunday after is that 14-kilometer race, so I don't know if I can stream from my phone. I might try and figure out if I can do that, and I might stream with you guys from my phone from Bondi Beach, Australia, which might be pretty cool. So I'll see if that's a possibility, if I can figure that out. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week. Get your steps in. You can do it. Just get it done. And I'll see you guys next week. All right, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye. And we're out.